All right, number 3 is Matt Ryan, a top 5 fantasy quarterback, trending or ending last year. He was the QB2, Jason. The QB2.
I know. I won a championship on his back. You remember that? I took that away from you.
Yeah, and he's still complaining about you climbing up there.
Okay.
He's not a fan.
He was also the number 2 quarterback 2 years ago in 2016.
People
was. Forget that.
And he's been in the top 10 4 other years, but he did have, based on the actual trend, he has bounced in and out of the top 10. His 4 straight years, 5 straight years.
His trend in 2012, he was the number 7. Great. Top 8 quarterback. Then he drops down to 15. Next year, he's back up to number 7. Then he drops to 19. Next year, he's up to number 2. Next year, down to 15. Oh, this past year, up to number 2 again. So
based
I
on
think
that trend,
yeah, it's 15. Quarterback 15, Matt Ryan.
Oof, that'd be bad. That would be bad for fantasy.
All jokes aside, I believe he's much, much closer to quarterback 15 than he is to quarterback 2.
Really?
I do. Now,
so you're an ending.
I am an ending. I love the additional weapon of Calvin Ridley for him. He has always been as good as his wide receivers are. Some quarterbacks make their wide receiver core better. He doesn't. The wide receiver core makes him better. But last year, I think the absence of Devonta Freeman just destroyed their rushing game. They had the fewest number of rushing attempts that they've had in the last 5 years. They had to figure it out through the air. Also, if you remember at the beginning of the season when they were a Super Bowl contending team and then they lost their whole defense, like all of their superstar defensive players went down to season-ending injuries and their defense stunk. Well, their defense is going to be a lot better this year. They're not going to need to be in shootouts the way they were last year. I think the actual trend of the good year, bad year continues, and Matt Ryan has a bad year.
Well, that goes beyond the top 5 fantasy quarterback question. You think he actually has a down year. I think some people look at Julio, Calvin Ridley, and they think he can keep it going.
Hooper.
But I think that's an interesting argument. I guess I tend to lean outside the top 5. I think there'll be other guys emerging. Carson Wentz or Matt Ryan. Who do you want next year?
Carson Wentz.
Yeah, that's where I lean too.
I mean, it's funny. Those are my 2 quarterbacks in Dynasty, and literally today, totally unrelated to this, I just decided to set my lineup because why not?
You're ready to go.
You're
ready to go.
Wednesday, February 27th.
Can I put Chris Warren in? Let me.
Oh, you shut your stupid. Yeah, you know what? Put him in.
Put
him in your starting lineup. Go ahead. Champ's not scared.
Do you want to trade me Mark Andrews for Chris Warren?
No, but we'll talk.
You're thinking about it, though.
No, the 203 is what you need. You trade me the 203, I'll trade you Mark Andrews. You need tight end. I want the 203. But I put Carson Wentz in my starting lineup over Matt Ryan just to say, that, look, he's my number 1.
A statement thing?
Yes. I had to send a message to Matty Ice. Say, look, I don't believe in you this year. I think Carson Wentz is going to be fine. Step it up.
I forgot you had Carson Wentz. That stinks. All right.
Oh, hey. Wasn't expecting you. Thanks for watching the video. You should check out the long form, the hour. Check it out. Subscribe to the Fantasy Footballers channel.